Kids are supposed to be innocent, aren't they? Curious about school projects, Saturday cartoons, maybe a scraped knee or two. Not homicide. But hold that thought, because the stories you're about to hear rip that idea to shreds. What if I told you that some kids, some barely old enough to ride a bike, have blood on their hands? Not just a scraped knee's worth, but rivers of it. The kind that stains a family, a town, a nation, forever. Welcome to a countdown you won't forget. We're about to unravel 9 stories, true stories, of America's youngest killers. Kids who didn't just cross the line, they obliterated it. From 2 brothers who turned their suburban home into a slaughterhouse, dreaming of fame soaked in their family's blood, to a teenage girl who scribbled in her diary that murder felt amazing, to a boy who hid a little girl's body under his bed while her parents begged the world to find her. These aren't nightmares from a horror movie. These happened, and they'll leave you stunned. Here's the thing. We're not just here to gawk at the gore. We're digging deeper. What was their childhood like? Were there clues in the shadows of their lives? Were they born this way, or did something twist them? And the big one, when a kid kills, brutally, can we ever forgive them? Should we? This isn't a quick thrill ride. It's a journey into the darkest corners of humanity, through the eyes of children who traded innocence for infamy. So don't you dare click away. Not yet. Hit that subscribe button. Trust me, you'll want more after this. And smash that bell so you never miss what's coming. We're diving in, right now, to the kids who didn't just break the rules. They rewrote them in blood. Ready? Let's go. First up, 2 brothers who wanted the world to know their names, at any cost. Case 1. Robert and Michael Beaver. Imagine a quiet summer night in Broken Arrow, Oklahoma, July 22nd, 2015. A sleepy suburb where kids ride bikes and families grill in backyards. In one house, a big sprawling place with 7 kids and 2 parents, something's brewing. 2 brothers, Robert and Michael Beaver, 18 and 16, aren't out with friends or playing ball. They're plotting, and what they're about to do, it's beyond anything you can imagine. This isn't just a crime. It's a bloodbath that'll make you question everything you know about family. Let's rewind a bit. Robert and Michael weren't your typical teens. Homeschooled in a tight-knit clan, they kept to themselves. Neighbors barely saw them. Inside that house, they were glued to screens. Video games, dark corners of the internet, forums where killers, like Columbine's shooters, were idolized. Robert, the older one, was the thinker. Brooding, intense. Michael, 2 years younger, followed his lead, quieter but just as deep in the shadows. To the outside world, they were just odd. But inside, a storm was building. That night, it broke. The house is dark. Everyone's winding down. The brothers have been hoarding knives for weeks. Big ones, sharp ones, hidden away like a twisted treasure. Robert whispers to Michael, and the plan kicks off. They lure their little sister into a bedroom, trusting, thinking it's a game. Then Robert strikes, a slash to her throat. Stab after stab, she screams, until she can't anymore. 48 wounds later, she's gone. Their mum, April, hears it. She runs in, any mother would. But she's next. The boys turn on her, knives flashing, blood everywhere. 48 times they stab her too. Dad, David, tries to fight back. 28 wounds. He falls. The younger siblings scatter, hiding, praying. But Robert and Michael, they're hunting now. Room by room, they track them down. A 12-year-old brother locks himself in a bathroom, dials 911, his voice shaking. They're killing us! But Michael tricks him. It's me. I'm hurt too. The door opens. More blood. When it's over, 5 are dead. Mom, Dad, 3 kids. A 13-year-old sister, Crystal, survives, barely, stabbed but breathing. A 2-year-old girl, too young to understand, lives because they spared her. The house is a slaughterhouse. And the brothers, they slip out the back, into the woods, drenched in sweat and adrenaline. Why? Why would they do this to their own flesh and blood? Hold that thought, because the answer's going to hit you like a freight train. Police swarm in. Sirens, dogs, chaos. Crystal, bleeding out, points the finger. My brothers did it. A canine unit sniffs them out in the trees, caught within hours. And then the truth spills. They didn't just want to kill their family, they wanted fame. 50 kills, they said, starting at home, then beyond. A Wikipedia page, TV specials, their names in lights, soaked in blood. Inspired by mass murderers, they dreamed of outdoing them all. Can you even wrap your head around that? In court, it's a grim parade. Robert, the mastermind, stares blankly, life without parole. Michael, the follower, gets life too, but with a slim chance at parole someday. Crystal's testimony haunts the room. Her brothers, her heroes, turned monsters. Broken arrows never the same. The house sits empty now, a ghost story no one wants to tell. But here's the kicker. They planned it for weeks, collected those knives like trophies, and smiled about it later. So, what turns siblings into killers against their own blood? Were they born with ice in their veins, or did those dark forums twist them? Think about it. 2 kids who grew up sharing bunk beds, now sharing a legacy of horror. You're probably feeling sick right now. Good. You should. This is just the start. 8 more stories to go. And trust me, they don't get easier. Before we move on, tell me in the comments, could you ever forgive them? Would you? And if you're still here, smash that like button. It helps us keep digging into these dark tales. Next up, a kid who didn't stop at one murder. He kept going. Case 2. Craig Price. Warwick, Rhode Island, a small working-class town where kids play in the streets and neighbors wave hello. It's the late 80s, and among them is Craig Price, a kid who doesn't quite fit. Picture him, 13 years old, big for his age, a short fuse burning beneath a scowl. His childhood. Rough. Whispers of bullying at school, rumors of weed and worse circling the block. He's not the kid you'd invite over for dinner, but no one saw what was coming. Because Craig wasn't just troubled, he was a ticking bomb. First strike, 1987. Rebecca Spencer, 27, lives nearby, alone, quiet, harmless. Craig knows her house. One night, he creeps in. A knife in his hand, nothing fancy, just sharp enough. He doesn't stop at 1 stab, or 10. Over 30 times, he plunges that blade into her. Chest, neck, everywhere, until the handle snaps from the force. Blood pools on the floor. He's 13. Think about that. Most kids are sneaking comics or dodging homework. Craig's washing blood off his hands. 2 years pass. He's 15 now, bigger, bolder. July 1989, Joan Heaton's house. She's 39, a mom with 2 little girls, 10 and 8, sleeping soundly. Craig breaks in. Joan wakes up. Maybe she hears a creak. Maybe she senses the shadow. Too late. He stabs her. 30 times, maybe more, until she's a crumpled heap. Then the girls. Little Melissa, 10 to 30 stabs. Jennifer, 8-30 more. The knife breaks again. 3 bodies, 1 night, a family gone. He walks away like it's nothing. Why? That's the question burning in your mind right now, isn't it? Thrill, rage, no one knows. Not even Craig, really. He doesn't explain, he brags. Word spreads. Warwick's in a panic, locking doors, clutching kids close. Police nab him after he can't keep his mouth shut. In court, he's smug. Life in prison, no parole, locked up tight. He's still there today. A name that chills anyone who remembers. Here's the gut punch. He was 13 when he started. A serial killer before he could drive. How does that happen? Was it the bullying, the drugs, the anger boiling over, or was he just born wrong? You're feeling that shiver down your spine? Good. Hold on to it. We're not done yet. Tell me in the comments, what would you do if Craig lived next door? Because the next kid, he's even younger, and what he did, it's pure nightmare fuel. Case 3. Eric Smith. Savona, New York, a tiny village, the kind where everyone knows your name. It's 1993, and Eric Smith pedals his bike down quiet streets. He's 13, Red hair, thick glasses, a kid you'd pass without a second glance. His childhood, normal on the outside, small town life, summer camps, backyard play, but dig deeper. Kids tease him, freckle face, 4 eyes, and he takes it, smiles even. Behind those glasses, though, something simmering, something no one sees, until it's too late. August 2nd, 1993, 4-year-old Derek Roby's heading to camp, just a few blocks from home. His mum watches him go. "It's okay, Mom. I'll be fine," he says. Last words she'll ever hear him speak. Eric's there, waiting. He's got a plan. "Hey, there's a shortcut," he says, all friendly-like. Derek follows, trusting, tiny, clutching his lunchbox. Into the woods they go. Then Eric snaps. He grabs Derek's throat, squeezes until the little boy's gasping, fading, but that's not enough. Eric picks up a rock, big, heavy, and smashes it down. Once, twice, skull cracking like porcelain. Blood spills, and then, brace yourself. He opens Derek's lunchbox, pulls out a Kool-Aid pouch and pours it into the wounds. Red liquid mixing with red blood. Sadistic doesn't even cover it. He's 13. Derek's 4. Let that sink in. The town explodes. Panic, tears, search parties. "Who could do this?" they scream. A week later, Eric cracks, tells his mom, who drags him to the cops. He's crying, but is it guilt or fear? In court, they try him as an adult. 9 years to life. For decades, Derek's parents fight parole, reliving that day, every hearing. 2021. He walks free, a man now, after 27 years inside. Savona still whispers his name like a curse. Can a child this cruel ever be redeemed? Rage, curiosity. No one's sure why he did it, not even him. You're picturing that Kool-Aid right now, aren't you? That's the image that sticks, the one that makes you hug your own kids tighter. Don't look away yet. This is just number 3. Down in the comments, tell me, should Eric have stayed locked up forever? Next up, a girl who killed just to feel it. Case 4. Alyssa Bustamante, St. Martins, Missouri, a small town where kids roam free and neighbors trust each other. Meet Alyssa Bustamante, 15 years old, in 2009. She's the girl next door, hanging with friends, posting selfies on MySpace, rocking teenage fashion. But scroll her profile deeper. Dark jokes about cutting herself. Sarcastic quips about killing people. She laughs it off as angst. Her childhood. Rough edges. Parents gone, raised by grandparents. A quiet resentment simmering. Most teens rebel with loud music or bad grades. Alyssa, she's about to redefine rebellion in blood. October 21st, 2009. 9-year-old Elizabeth Alton's playing outside. Sweet, trusting, full of life. Alyssa knows her, lives down the street. "Hey, let's check out the woods," she says, all smiles. Elizabeth follows. Why wouldn't she? Out of sight, Alyssa's mask drops. She wraps her hands around Elizabeth's throat, squeezes tight, feels her struggle fade. Then a knife slits the girl's throat, stabs her over and over, chest, arms, everywhere. She's not done. She drags the body to a shallow grave she dug days before, pre-planned, precise, and buries her like a secret. Why? That's where it gets chilling. Alyssa didn't hate Elizabeth. No fight, no grudge. She just wanted to know what it felt like. Later, in her diary, she scribbles it down. "I just killed someone. It was pretty enjoyable. Amazing, once I got past the fear." Can you even process that? A 15-year-old girl writing murder feels amazing. The ink's barely dry when Elizabeth's mom, Patty, realizes her daughter's gone. Panic hits. Searches, posters, tears. The woods give up the body, and Alyssa's journal gives up her soul. Police find that diary, her confession in black and white. She tries to play it off. It was an accident. But those words, her own words, bury her. 2012, she's in court, pleads guilty, life with a shot at parole after 35 years. She'll be old if she ever gets out. The town mourns Elizabeth, a light snuffed out for nothing. Alyssa's defenders cry mental health, a broken home. Others see a thrill killer, cold as ice. You're feeling that knot in your stomach right now, aren't you? Is this curiosity gone wrong? Or pure evil, wearing a teenage smile? Don't answer yet. Hold that thought. Down in the comments, tell me, could you look her in the eye and forgive her? Because the next kid, he's got no excuses, just a gun and a smirk. Stick around. This ride's not slowing down. Case 5. T.J. Lane. Chardon, Ohio, February 2012. A quaint little town, all cozy streets and friendly faces. T.J. Lane's 17, living with his grandparents after a messy split between his parents. He's the quiet type, keeps his head down, blends into the high school crowd. Childhood wasn't easy. Some kids teased him, called him weird, but nothing loud enough to raise alarms. He's just there. Until one morning he decides there isn't enough. He wants everyone to know his name, and he's got a .22 caliber handgun to make it happen. February 27th. Chardon High's cafeteria buzzes with kids, laughing, texting, grabbing breakfast before class. TJ walks in, calm as you please, wearing a sweatshirt scrawled with one word, killer. No one notices until he pulls the trigger. Bang! 6 shots rip through the room. 3 boys, Daniel Parmator, Demetrius Hewlin, Russell King Jr., drop dead. All 16 or 17 lives cut short. 3 more hit, 1 paralyzed for life. Chaos erupts. Screams, teachers diving over tables, kids running for cover. TJ? He strolls out like it's a Tuesday errand. He doesn't get far. A teacher chases him. Cops grab him a mile away. Why'd he do it? That's the fog nobody clears. Bullying, maybe. Mental anguish. He doesn't say much, just shrugs. Court's a different story. He shows up in that same killer sweatshirt, smirks at the grieving families, flips them off while they sob. No remorse, no tears, just ice. 3 life sentences, no parole, slammed down in 2013. But wait, he escapes in 2014. 6 hours of terror before they drag him back. Chardon's still scarred. Here's what sticks with you. That smirk. A 17-year-old kid guns down his classmates, then mocks their pain. Why no remorse? Was he broken by the teasing? Or was there always a void where a heart should be? You're picturing those families right now. Empty chairs at dinner, birthdays that never come. Tell me in the comments. Does TJ deserve even a sliver of mercy? Because we're halfway through this list. And the next one. He hid a body under his bed. Don't you dare click away now. Case 6. Joshua Phillips. Jacksonville, Florida, 1998. A neighborhood buzzing with kids, sunshine, and the crack of baseball bats. Joshua Phillips fits right in. 14 years old, lanky, an average kid with a glove and a grin. His childhood? Pretty normal. School, friends, a love for the game. But home's different. His dad's strict. Rules like iron, temper like thunder. Joshua tiptoes around it, keeps his head down. Until one day, that bat isn't just for hitting balls. It's a weapon, and what he does with it will haunt this town forever. November 3rd. 8-year-old Maddie Clifton's outside. Bright, bubbly, Joshua's neighbor. They're tossing a baseball back and forth. Innocent, carefree. Then it goes wrong. Joshua swings, accidentally clips her eye. She cries out, loud, scared. He panics. Dad'll kill me if he hears this. So he drags her inside into his room. She's whimpering, bleeding. He grabs that bat again, swings hard, cracks her skull. She's still breathing. He grabs a knife, stabs her, chest, neck, over and over. Then, silence. He doesn't call for help, doesn't run. He lifts his waterbed mattress, shoves Maddie's body underneath, and fixes the sheets like nothing happened. For a week, he sleeps on that bed, goes to school, eats dinner, while she's rotting below him. Maddie's family's desperate. Hundreds search, flyers everywhere, her face on every pole. Joshua even hands them out, stone-faced. Then his mum smells something, sees a wet patch, looks under the bed. Her scream shatters the silence. Police swarm in. Joshua's arrested at school, confesses it all. I didn't mean to, he says, tears streaming. Panic, he claims. Fear of his dad's wrath. Court doesn't buy it. Life without parole at 14. Years later, 2017, they cut it to 40 years. Maybe he'll walk free someday. Maddie's family still grieves. An empty swing where she used to laugh. Was this a moment of fear, gone horribly wrong? Or a hidden monster lurking in a kid we all thought we knew? You're feeling that chill right now. Good. It's about to get trickier. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Accident or evil? And don't you dare bail now. The next kid's younger, and his story blurs the line even more. Case 7. Lionel Tate. Broward County, Florida. Summer of '99. Lionel Tate's 12, a big kid towering over his peers, raised by a single mom who's a trooper, literally a highway patrol officer. His childhood simple: school, snacks, and an obsession with wrestling. WWF's his world. Hulk Hogan, The Rock, those wild moves on TV. He's always flipping cushions, play fighting, dreaming of the ring. Harmless, right? Until one day, that play turns deadly and a little girl pays the price. July 28th. Lionel's mom's watching 6-year-old Tiffany Unick. Tiny, 45 pounds, a family friend's daughter. Mom's napping upstairs, leaves Lionel in charge. They're alone. What happens next? Lionel says they're wrestling, just like on TV. He's 170 pounds. She's a feather. He slams her, punches, kicks, claims it's all fake, all fun. But Tiffany's not getting up. He yells for his mom. She's not breathing. Paramedics rush in, too late. Her skull's fractured, ribs snapped, insides torn, like she'd been hit by a car. Was it an accident? Prosecutors say no way. Those injuries scream intent. Florida's harsh felony murder rule kicks in. 2001, Lionel's convicted. First-degree murder, life without parole. He's 14, the youngest American ever locked up for life. The world gasps. 12 years old, really? Appeals flip it in 2004. He didn't know what he was doing, they argue. He's freed, but freedom slips away. Robbery, violations. Back in prison he goes, still there today. Here's the twist that sticks. Lionel swears it was play. A kid mimicking wrestlers, not meaning to kill. But Tiffany's gone, 6 years old, trusting, crushed by someone twice her size. Play, gone, wrong, or something darker, brewing in a boy too young to grasp the stakes. You're wrestling with that right now, aren't you? Tell me below, where's the line? Innocent mistake or guilty mind? Next up, a kid whose rage took out his own brother. Stay with me, this isn't over. Case 8. Christian Fernandez. Jacksonville, Florida, 2011. Christian Fernandez is 12, but his life's already a battlefield. Picture a kid bounced between homes, foster care, neglect, shadows of abuse trailing him like ghosts. His mom's young, troubled, barely holding it together after a life that's chewed her up too. Christian's got a short fuse, anger simmering from a world that never gave him a chance. He's not the kid you'd peg for a killer, until one day, that anger finds a target too small to fight back. March 14th. His half-brother David's just 2, toddling around, innocent, defenseless. They're alone, mom's out. Something snaps. Christian grabs David, slams him against a bookshelf, once, twice, hard. The little boy's head cracks, skull fractured, brain bleeding. He crumples, lifeless. Christian doesn't run, doesn't hide, just sits there. Hours pass before his mum stumbles home, sees David, waits even longer to call 911. Too late. A toddler's gone and a 12-year-old's hands are red. The aftermath's a storm, public outrage, headlines screaming, mom's charged for waiting, but Christian's the focus. Murder at 12. Why? Anger, they say. A broken life spilling over. Court's softer here. Juvenile detention till 19. No life sentence. He's out now, a young man with a past that won't fade. David's family mourns, a baby lost to rage. Victim or villain at 12. You're wrestling with that right now. His pain's real, but so's that little boy's grave. Which weighs more? Don't decide yet. Drop it in the comments. Can a kid this young be both? We've got one more, a wild card who didn't kill, but danced close enough to keep you guessing. Stay with me. Case 9. Colton Harris-Moore. Washington State, mid-2000s. Colton Harris-Moore's a teen with a spark. Tall, wiry, a runaway soul. His childhood's a mess. Troubled home, parents fighting, rules he'd rather break than follow. He's got a survivalist streak. Bolts into the woods when life gets heavy, living off the land. Most kids sneak candy. Colton's stealing boats by 15. He's not your average delinquent. He's a ghost, a thrill seeker, and he's about to turn the Pacific Northwest into his playground. 2006 to 2010. Over 100 burglaries, a spree that's pure chaos. He hits homes, grabs cash, food, anything shiny, barefoot, leaving prints like a taunt. Then he levels up, steals planes, small ones, teaches himself to fly from manuals. Crashes them too. Wreckage scattered across states. Cars, boats, he takes those too. High-speed chases, close calls, no blood but plenty of danger. Cops can't catch him. He's a shadow slipping through the trees, grinning at the chase. Some call him a folk hero, barefoot bandit, a modern outlaw sticking it to the system. Others see a reckless kid endangering lives. Crashing planes ain't harmless. 2010, they finally snag him. 6.5 years in prison. Out by 2016. No bodies, no graves, just a trail of wreckage. Motive, thrill, escape, a runaway running from everything. Rebel or reckless danger. You're picturing him now, barefoot, wild, untamed. Does he belong on this list, or is he a different beast? Tell me below, hero or hazard? 9 kids, 9 stories, childhood's gone awry, twisted into something unrecognizable. We started with brothers butchering their family for fame, knives flashing in the dark. We walked through stabbings, shootings, a body under a bed, motives ranging from rage to fear, to a sick curiosity that defies age. Some planned it cold, others snapped in a heartbeat. But here's what ties them together. They were kids, teens, even younger, doing things that make your skin crawl. Now you're asking, should they face life behind bars? The Bever brothers, locked away forever. Fair, Christian, free after 7 years, too soft. Can they change? Or is evil carved too deep by then? Where does it start? Broken homes, bullied days, or something darker we can't name? These aren't easy answers. Science says their brains weren't done growing. Some states rethink those life sentences now. But the families left behind, they just want the pain to stop. So, what shocked you most? Alyssa's diary? TJ's smirk? Lionel's wrestling gone wrong? Drop it in the comments. I'm reading everyone. Tell me, who deserved mercy? Who didn't? Hit that like button if these stories hit you hard. It keeps us going. Subscribe, tap the bell. More dark tales are coming. This isn't goodbye. It's just the start. What do you think? Are these kids lost forever? Or could they find their way back?